Okay, so Walmart's a really large company. Okay, I think everyone knows that. It's got as many employees as some small countries. So how do you move a company like that forward and make it agile? So I'm part of an organization within an organization that's called Labs. What Labs really is, it's the .com side of the business. There's retail, there's the Labs, where we've mirrored the two things together. We're experienced with Agile and software development. We have our own software development teams. We've been developing software for a number of years, and you see the results of it on the .com side of the business. We've adopted plenty of open source tech. OpenStack and OneOps, if you guys have heard of that, are the standouts. So this is a little bit about all the different kinds of open source products that we're using. It's a little bit of an eye chart, but you get the gist of it. This is a little bit about OneOps and the .com side of the business as an Agile production. So we actually use OneOps to reduce the cost of running the business. We actually use CI throughout our organization. And this is our CD. So a little bit about what that is. So we use this tool, OneOps, which is, by the way, open source. It's out there in GitHub. We use it to create patterns of an application. And this application that we deploy into production, we do it sometimes hundreds, even we're capable of doing it thousands of times a day. So as we create a software pipeline for a new product, we tie this onto the back end, and we deploy into production. So the result is that our software pipeline is agile, and our deployment into production is agile. So sounds like we've got things under control, but we can really do a lot better. And I think a lot of companies are in the same position. Even if you are practicing agile software development, it's very difficult to move at a pace that you see in the public space, notably something like OpenStack. So OpenStack is big as well. It has thousands of developers. It has hundreds of projects. And it manages to put this out, get together, work on what needs to be done, and push out new versions every cycle on a regular basis. So this is something definitely all companies, including Walmart, want to aspire to. So a little bit about what I think that we should aspire to, different aspects of OpenStack. So consistent contribution is one of the big impressive parts of OpenStack, that they're able to get thousands of developers from all over the world in all different kinds of companies, different time zones, different languages, and they're able to get consistent contribution out of them. It's very impressive. So as part of that, or I should say one of the main drivers behind that, is that they're able to promote meritocracy, that people's work pushes the project forward and pushes them forward in the project, and that there's transparency so that me as a new developer or a new contributor of any way to that project, I understand what the status of that project is, and I can figure out how I can join and be a contributor. So, hundreds of projects. Infrastructure behind those hundreds of projects is critical. This is something that a lot of companies don't get very well, and a lot of people don't understand there's a real strength behind OpenStack. The ability to support that software pipeline and support those hundreds of projects and those thousands of contributions is critical. Losing that momentum at any point during the software development process and is just totally shuts everything down. So the ability to keep that up and running and having a strong team behind it, like we do at OpenStack, is really, really important. Oops. I just accidentally jumped ahead. So meritocracy, transparency, and infrastructure. But we need a little bit more than that. Those things are really important, but we need one more thing. So coordination of that work is critical. That's something that a lot of companies, and it's something that I'm working on at Walmart, is very, very important to be able to tie together all this massive amount of work and make it productive for what you're trying to do inside your own company. So the OpenStack Release Manager, the TC, the cross-project working group, the product team, and the rest of the user committee working groups do this job right now at OpenStack. What we need to do, Walmart, and I think a lot of other enterprises as well, we need to copy that to improve the way that we develop products inside our own companies. So a little bit about what I'm focused on and what we're pushing to get forward. We're already doing a lot of this work, but what's important is that we're working to improve this. So the timing of when to pick up work and when to communicate with your engineering teams, whether they're inside your company or outside, or whether it's another company that you're collaborating with, is critical. This is something that is gotten wrong very, very often. So this works for every single organization that I've been a part of. Executing on it is obviously the critical part. So we need to get better at meritocracy, transparency, infrastructure, and collaboration. So I may have gone a little bit fast, but I started a little bit slow. So I'm happy to take any questions or any throwouts for anything that's going on at Walmart. But the important thing to note is that at Walmart, we've got all the pieces, but rather than resting on our laurels and assuming that we're going to be able to outstrip our competition just because we are really good at agile software development, we're trying to constantly improve and reinvent ourselves. So, and that's why I'm there. Here. Yes, sir.
Is OneOps open source?
It is. It is. It's out on GitHub. Yeah, it's out under the OneOps GitHub org.
Do you have any plans to get it closer to OpenStack code base?
It's an excellent question. So we're working on what actually to do with OneOps, what open source organization to plan it with. We have proposed and gotten a lot of feedback about the option of moving OneOps into OpenStack as an OpenStack project. The potential for collaboration and a lot of the people that we want to be operators or are interested in being operators of OneOps are in OpenStack, as well as just the plain infrastructure that we're going to have to build if we have to do it ourselves anyway. So we're discussing that, and that we haven't made a decision yet, but I would expect a decision by the end of October.
Thank you.
Basically by Barcelona. Anything else? Cool. Have a great day.